Alright guys, Man up here today, and I'm going to be doing a guide on how to rank up quickly in Black Ops 2. I'm going to split this video into 3 sections, and everything will be in the description so you can skip to where you want to go, what you think might help you most. So I'm going to show you my custom class setup first of all, and I'm going to show you what I've got on, why I've got it on, and how that will change as I level up. Next thing I'm going to do is show you some examples of good gameplay which should help you analyse situations better when you're in game. And last but not least, I'm going to show you a full gameplay, or most of a gameplay, so that you can see how I run in this game and see what decisions I make, because a lot of people learn more by watching a gameplay. So that will be in the description if you want to skip ahead. So guys, in essence what we are going to do is we're going to be playing hardpoint, and we're going to be doing as many of the challenges as possible to get as extra XP. So with that in mind, there are lots of challenges that are not unlocked until you're prestige level 1, such as perk challenges and attachment challenges for guns, but you can still work on gun challenges and before you get to prestige 1. So we will go to my custom class, and you will see I've got 3 of them here, and the only thing that changes is the greed perk between 1, 2 and 3. So we'll take the first one right now. I'm using the MTAR with reflex sight and quick draw, and I'll explain why I'm using this right now. So I have chose to do the MTAR, which is the assault rifle, and if we go to barracks and challenges and assault rifle, I'm doing the MTAR simply because it's the first gun and I'm going to work my way along the list. So under the MTAR challenges we've got all these different attachments, and we have camos, so you need to keep this in mind. I'm going to get all these camos right here, which goes up to 100 headshots, and you can see I get 3,500 XP for that one and 5,000 for that one, and then I'll find out what challenges I need to do to unlock these. So I am doing it one gun at a time, and I think that's kind of the best method, plus you'll be able to find out what gun suits you, so that when you're finished you'll be able to decide on the perfect class for yourself. You might know I have the reflex sight on that. Under the challenges optic, they have a full column just for reflex sight, and you'll notice I've unlocked some of these already. To unlock my next one I need to get 300 kills aiming down the sight with reflex sight, which is not hard. You're going to get that playing the game anyway, and after I get 300 it's 400, then 500, then it goes on to different challenges. So you know, that's 5,000 XP, that's 2.5, and that's 2,000. So that is the reason under my custom class 1, that is why I'm using reflex sight. And once I'm finished with reflex sight I'll just move on to the ACOG and then the target finder and so on, because under the challenges, under the optics, there was all these different sights, and you can see these are also just getting kills aiming down the sights, and you will get these just playing the game. So these are really good ones to go for, and the sights in the game are actually really good. So the next thing I was using, if we go back to my creator class, was quick draw, and the reason I'm using quick draw is because it is pretty much the first in the list. I'm using reflex and quick draw, and I'll move along my list. And if we go to the challenges, it's under barracks, challenges, and it is under prestige, and it is specialised, no it's not specialised optics, it's combat efficiency, and we're over here. For quick draw handle we need to get 300 kills aiming down the sights, which is the exact same as the reflex. And once I finish with my quick draw, once I've maxed that out and got the XP for that, I'll move on to any of the other ones, and I'll just take my pick and work through them and get even more challenges. So that is attachments, that is why I've got those attachments on. So if we go to my perks, you'll see I'm using greed for perk 1, greed for perk 2 and greed for perk 3. I'll quickly go over that right now. The reason I'm doing that is because under the prestige challenges at the very end we've got wildcard, we've got perk 1 greed. The challenge for that is simply getting 500 kills with a class that is 2 perks from perk 1, and you get XP for that. Once I have completed that perk 1 greed, I will move on to that other class I had using perk 2 greed, which is also just getting kills, and then perk 3 greed. Once I've completed these 3, I will move on to the likes of primary gunfighter, overkill, you know, and do all those challenges because they're very simple and it's easy XP that you would get anyway, just playing the game getting kills. So that's why I've got that. If we go to the perks themselves, the ones that you'll see that stay the same through them all is lightweight, toughness and tactical mask. You can actually use extreme conditioning, that's better, but I personally prefer tactical mask, and we'll go into the challenges for them. What are those challenges? So we will go to prestige once more, and then we'll go to perks. You'll know I've already got dexterity, so we'll move on to tactical mask and then extreme conditioning and so forth. The order, you can choose what order you want to do them in. Extreme conditioning would be easier because it's killing enemies after sprinting, which is a lot easier than killing enemies you stun or concuss or shock charge. But I like tactical mask more. The other perks I had on was lightweight. That's simply getting kills using lightweight. That is so simple, and once I finish that I'll use hardline. I'll get onto my score streaks in a minute, but hardline is also very easy to get, as you can see. Under perk 2, sorry if I'm losing you here, under perk 2 we've got toughness and cold blooded, and the reason I'm using those, if we go back to the perks, the reason I'm using toughness is that's getting kills after taking damage, which happens for me in about 99% of my gunfights, so that will be an easy one to get. And for the perk I'm adding on with greed, I had a decision between cold blood or fast hands, so this is where it comes down to personal preference. Fast hands wants you to get kills within a few seconds of swapping guns. I don't swap guns, so I would need to physically go out my way to try and do that. Or cold blood is getting kills, just simply getting kills, so that's why I've chose cold blood. And if we go to perk 3, most people would do it the other way around. They would do extreme conditioning because it's getting kills after sprinting, which is really easy, but I'm choosing tactical mask because I like tactical mask. So you can see there's a whole array of challenges you can do, and once you're finished with one perk you move on to the next. Once you finish with one wild card you move on to the next, and once you finish with one gun you move on to the next, and so on and so forth. So now that that is in place, guys, it sounds really simple, and I'm not really telling you anything you didn't know, but there's just a vast amount of challenges out there that you should be completing, and I would say about 80 to 90% of these challenges you could get when you're playing anyway, so you may as well have a particular setup so that if it's just getting kills, then you're getting all these challenges without going out your way to get them. The main thing about this is getting all the XP from the challenges, as well as keeping a high score per minute. So if I go into my barracks right now, you know I've played the game quite a bit, but that's because I didn't hammer the challenges at all, enjoying my first prestige, or my non-prestige, and I've got a score per minute which is rising. I've only just started doing these challenges and it works really well, and my score per minute is going to rocket very, very quickly. It's going to go well beyond 400, and I'm going to try and hope to hit 450, 500. So next I'm going to move over and to the computer for myself, and I'm going to explain a few scenarios within Hardpoint of what I've done and why I've done them, and then we'll go on to the gameplay. So now we're on to the clip I want to show you guys. This is me about to die. I wanted to show you just before I died until the clip itself. So in this one, when I die, I respawn and get a blackbird really quickly, and it's my thought process of what I'm going to do about the next hard point that I wanted to address to you. It might be a different way of thinking for a lot of you, and I know for the most part people get on the hard point and then hide in a corner and try and get the kills, but that's not the way to do it, guys. You want to regain it, you want to lose it and gain it and lose it and gain it, and you want to keep getting those secures. So I'll talk about it in more detail once I get onto the gameplay, but when I cap this, I run away to let this guy cap it, and then I kill him and then retake it, and then I seen the other guy on radar and I do the exact same thing to him. So I wanted to show you that, guys, because I do this constantly, and that is just one of many examples I've got of doing that. So if you want to see a full gameplay, I'm going to show that now, and I'm going to talk about other things I've yet to mention. Alright, so I'll see you then. Welcome back, guys. I know you haven't went anywhere, but I have, and I've put together for you highlights of a gameplay. It's most of it. I had a really good game this time, and I wanted to show you an actual gameplay of me playing Hardpoint earlier. I have many of these, but this is kind of going to give you the general idea if you're the sort of person that prefers to watch someone play and you can see what they're doing. So you are going to be playing Hardpoint, and in this game I am playing solo. It is far easier to play with teammates so that you know exactly what to do, because there's several instances that, you know, I'm trying to cap the hard point and then leave it for the enemy to cap it so that I can take it back, because you get more points that way. You get more points for playing the objective than you do for kills. So there's a few times where my teammates are sitting in the hard point, like I would say 98% of people do. They sit in the hard point and try and get, you know, the kills, which will get you 125 points, which is 25 more than a normal kill. And I prefer to get the caps, or the secures rather, which are 200 points. So the way I'm playing it is, I'm playing this very solo, and you need to learn the maps first and foremost, guys. You have to learn the maps, and you need to learn where it's going to go next. And from this map, this was the very first map I played hardpoint on. This wasn't the first game I'm showing you, but I'd learned, or kind of noticed rather, that I feel the hardpoint goes round in a circle. I'm pretty sure every map I've played, it works its way, it starts in the middle and then works its way round to different locations in a circle, and then it repeats that cycle once it gets to the end. So it comes in very handy knowing where the next hardpoint is going to be, and I've already learned the majority of the maps. Right underneath your radar on the top left, you can see how long's left of the hardpoint, so always keep that in mind, you know. Some instances you're best just giving the other team the point and you move on to the next location, because if you I've noticed as well, if you kill them on the hard point, they'll spawn to the next location, and then the hard point happens to be there as well, so they get the easy few points. So with this, we're playing hard point, and the reason we're doing this, yeah, I've not really told you why we're doing this. You can tell it gets you lots of score doing this. You're so much better playing this than you are playing for the likes of kill confirmed and domination. You know, I was always a domination player on the other CODs, but it's kind of the same concept in a way. When you played domination, you would secure, I would secure the 2 flags, and then I would always go for the flag I didn't have. I would always be so objective. I would go for the flag I didn't have, such as C, and then they would take my A, and then we would always walk round. So it's kind of like domination, this, to me, where it's only 1 point, and it works really, really well. You can just see I'm actually getting really unlucky this game. I get so close to the blackbird several times, but I don't really care. And I've totally went off on a tangent, but yes, score streaks. You want to use support, I call them support ones, such as the UAV, the counter UAV, the blackbird. I know it's not called the blackbird anymore, but it's the same thing. And that's pretty much the ones you want to use. You get so many points, such as UAV assists. When you have a UAV and someone gets a kill, you get points for that, and they rack up a lot. Believe you me, guys, they really rack up a lot, as well as help yourself get loads more kills. You know where they are on the map. I am using a lightning strike in this game. That's because I don't have the counter UAV unlocked yet. I believe it's rank 33, so I'll be using that once I get to rank 33. And you might wonder how I've got the blackbird. Well, once I prestige, for you that don't know, you get to keep something permanently, and I chose to keep the blackbird. I know it's a really high kill streak, and we're playing really, really aggressive here, and you might not always get it, but I believe that maybe 8 out of 10 matches I'll get a blackbird, and I think it helps the team so much, so that's why I use it. I'm really a support player. I'm a really aggressive support player, even though they're not classified as support and assault in that anymore. So you can see that lightning strike is going ham right now. That's another one if you want to use on maps such as this. I find it really useful, but bear in mind there's all these challenges, so I finished the lightning strike challenges, so I'm really eager to get the counter UAV done. So guys, there's nothing really much more to say. I think the video speaks for itself. You're working on all the different challenges you get, and you unlock more of them once you prestige. There's the guns themselves, there's the headshots for the camo, there's all the different attachments for the guns, there are all the different perks, and then all the different wildcards. And the other small thing I didn't mention, which is kinda obvious, but if you ever finish with the primary guns, you can always go and do the secondary. You can always max them out as well, and there's always challenges for them, and you can mess about with score streaks. So I know this video is getting quite long, and I've talked a lot, but I feel as if I wanted to cover everything, and that's a prime example right now of me not concentrating in the game. I went to the wrong point, and I had to look at my minimap to see where it was. I feel that Hardpoint is a great addition to the game and it will really help me rank up. I know you might be thinking that I'm a very low rank, the game's been out for a wee while now, and how am I only like first prestige? There's already legit 9th prestiges, 6 and 7s and stuff like that. And I am 100% sure this is exactly what they're doing as well. I've even checked out a few of their channels and stuff and their recent games, and this is how they're playing the game as well. So it's not as if I'm copying what they're doing, you know, this isn't one person's idea. I've been doing this as Modern Warfare 3, just completing the challenges to rank up, and I'm really happy it's back in Black Ops 2. So I really hope you found this video useful, guys. If you could please like it, if you could share it with your friends, and if you find that you're having any problems or you want any questions asked, always private message me either on YouTube, or you can send a message to my gamertag MadmanRab, which you can see in the video. I would like to think I reply to about 99% of the messages I receive, and although my background isn't Call of Duty, I know how to rank up fast in it, and I'm just going to let this video run out now. The reason I chose this video, in fact, was the amount of score more I got than my team. I've got many games of examples, but I get a lot of score and I'm playing solo, I'm not playing with my team. So I get a good KD, which doesn't always happen, and I get a good score. So guys, I hope you've listened to me ramble on enough, and go out and rank up fast. Bye bye.